Hello, Normandale. It is the Easter season, and we are living boldly as Jesus calls us to do. There's a lot going on, so we're going to jump right into it, starting off with some 75th anniversary events. We kicked off our Future of Church series earlier this week with Maida Herrick Carlson. It was a fantastic and inspiring presentation about faith and community formation. If you weren't able to be here, I encourage you to head to our website, scroll down, and watch that video. It was really, really fantastic. So once you're all inspired, then please keep scrolling down in this email and find the information about the conversation happening here next Tuesday. These two events go together. There's the speaker earlier this week, and then on Tuesday, we've got this conversation about faith and community formation. And it's us here at Normandale dreaming and imagining what that could look like for us in the future. What do we think God is calling us to do in the areas of faith and community formation here in this congregation? That's this coming Tuesday. It starts at 5 o'clock. Dinner is provided, so please register so we know how much food to prepare. And again, we know some of you may not be able to be there right at 5 o'clock because you're coming from work. That's okay. Get here as soon as you can, and we will fold you into that conversation and that process. Dinner will be available from 5 until 6:30, so we hope you'll be able to be here for that. And as I mentioned, each of those forums that we'll be having over the course of the year, that's how they're working. We'll have a presentation, followed a week later by a conversation that involves dreaming and visioning for the future. Also part of our 75th anniversary, we've got a new display set up out in the narthex, so check that out when you're in the building. And we've got 2 more of our 75 stories being released, so please watch those videos and take a listen. This coming Sunday, May the 4th, we are welcoming new members in worship. So be here to welcome those new members, and new members, welcome, and we're so glad that you are here and becoming part of Normandale Lutheran Church. Also happening this Sunday, the end of year party for our Sunday schoolers will be happening out on the playground, and the following Wednesday night, not exactly the following Wednesday night, but Wednesday, May 14th. I'll just give you the date, that's safer. Wednesday, May 14th, our Children, Youth, and Family Wednesday night end of year event is happening. So be here for that as we celebrate the year that we've had and look forward to all the summer adventures that are planned. Parents, make sure that your kids are signed up for all of those summer adventures, whether they're happening here at Normandale or at camp, or all of the different places that our youth and children will be traveling this summer. This coming Sunday, we have got the risen Jesus showing up, as he does so often in this Easter season. This Sunday, he is appearing in 2 of our scriptures. In John chapter 21, he feeds his friends and tells Peter to feed his sheep. And in Acts chapter 9, the risen Christ appears to Saul, who we later come to know as the Apostle Paul. This story is often thought of as Saul's conversion, which it is, but he's not the only one who's changed. Jesus also speaks to a man named Ananias, who tells him to go and minister to Saul. Saul was very dangerous at this point in time, so this was a dangerous thing to do. So Jesus essentially told Ananias, this dangerous man is your neighbor. So we, this Sunday, are going to take a look at what does it mean when the risen Christ tells you that the person you fear, the person you don't want to be on your neighbor list, is on your neighbor list. So we will dig into the change that Ananias goes through and think about what the risen Christ might be calling us to today. If you have the opportunity, please read Acts chapter 9 before Sunday. Let it kind of percolate in your mind. And then when we get to worship, you'll be all ready to dive right in to this powerful story about what God does in Ananias' life and what that might mean for us. See you then.